Today, we'll delve into a case from the early 20th century, so sit back as we journey to England. Amy Margaret Reeves was born on November 27, 1900, in the town of Churchy, Surrey. She lived with her family in the small village of Long Cross, located about 20 miles west of central London. Her father, Mr. Arthur Reeves, worked as a gardener at the Royal Hull Sanatorium in Egham, about 5 miles from their home. While the job was stable, the income was modest. Her mother, Esther, looked after the children and managed the household. However, just before Christmas in 1910, tragedy struck when Mrs. Reeves passed away. Without her warm presence, the home became quieter and lonelier for the children. At the time, Amy was 10 years old and continued her education at the local school, where she studied basic reading, writing, arithmetic, and domestic skills. On Tuesday, July 18, 1911, Amy did not attend morning lessons at school. Instead, she stayed home to help her sister, Ethel, with house chores and later went out to play in the garden. Around noon, she said goodbye to Ethel and set off for school to attend the afternoon session. School ended at 4 p.m. and children began walking home in groups. However, Amy was not among them. She was not seen along the common routes. Ethel initially assumed her sister was playing in the fields, but as time passed, her worry grew. When she learned from other children that Amy hadn't attended the afternoon classes, panic set in. This wasn't just a delay Amy was missing. Mr. Reeves arrived home at 8:30 p.m. Ethel, now frantic, told him that Amy still hadn't returned. He listened silently as Ethel explained that she had last seen Amy walking toward the common at around 12:30 p.m. Mr. Reeves began asking neighbors if they had seen her. When no one had, he gathered a group of locals and they began searching the area. They combed through forest paths, hedgerows, and ditches but found nothing. Anxiety grew with each passing minute. At approximately 10 p.m., Mr. Reeves approached a small pond near Shop and Common and discovered a pair of shoes and socks on the bank. In the water lay Amy, face down, hoping she might still be alive. He pulled her from the pond, but her body was cold and lifeless, her soaked clothes clinging to her. While they waited for the police and a doctor to arrive, Dr. Hodgson later conducted an autopsy. He found bruises and 3 injuries on her head and back. While these wounds were not fatal on their own, he noted they may have stunned her, possibly inflicted with a blunt object. The official cause of death was drowning. Authorities recalled earlier disturbing events in the area. A child named Edith Neal had disappeared, and another girl, Alice Dawes, had been attacked in a rural setting. These cases added to the growing public unease. The next day, on Wednesday, July 19th, police launched an investigation. A 15-year-old boy, Albert Henry Hampton, was brought in as a suspect and questioned in court. During the inquiry, Amy's sister, Ethel, testified that she saw Amy and Albert together that morning near a small fire in the garden. She also remembered Amy bringing water to a man who claimed to be looking for work. Witnesses later reported seeing Albert near the pond with a stick and mentioned that he had discarded it afterward. Forensic evidence revealed a birch branch near Amy's body, with light brown hair strands embedded in the bark. Investigators also found that Albert had been carrying a cherry branch. Experts stated that the birch branch matched the one found at the scene. Testimonies claimed Albert gave inconsistent statements and behaved suspiciously throughout the day. On July 25th, the court concluded that Amy Reeves had indeed been murdered. However, due to lack of conclusive evidence, they could not determine Albert's guilt. He was released on bail and officially acquitted on August 4, 1911, although the investigation continued. No solid evidence was ever found and the case was never closed. In the years that followed, Albert joined the British Army, fought in World War I, and was wounded in 1917. His bravery earned him the Distinguished Conduct Medal. Though he rebuilt his life, the Reeves family lived under the shadow of a tragedy for which no one was ever brought to justice.